Hello, welcome to my channel. Sally here. Today I'm going to be working on a shut my drawer, sorry. I'm going to be working on a bag which is kind of, I'm putting it into the whimsical wearables that I'm doing the collaboration with Christy and Christine. Christy from Soap It's Christy, Christine from Create and Craft with Christine. If you don't already know them, I will put their links below so that you can have a look at their videos as well. So I'm going to be doing a bag today. Now it's only last weekend I've been waiting for some wool, some wool blankets, and I couldn't find the right colour. I've bought these, these are vintage. I bought them quite a while ago, and I thought, wouldn't they make a great colour for a bag and, the handles of a bag. So I've been wanting to get a colour that kind of complements this colour. I have got a blue blanket, but the colours just clash because these are turquoise and the blue. I can't even, what's it like? I suppose it's kind of like that. It just didn't go. It was all different blues, and it was just the wrong shade of blue. So when I was out and about on my travels last weekend, we went to an antiques fair, or an antiques market in the street, and there was a seller selling French linens, and there was this. I've cut this down. It wasn't actually. It is a big blanket I've got, and it's lovely wool. You can see it's old and worn. And I thought, yes, that would look lovely with my turquoise handles. And so I've washed it, and it smells lovely. It didn't smell too good when I got it, but it smells lovely now. And I've just cut it into pieces to make my bag. So I've got two pieces here. I think that's the right size. I'm kind of like blagging it a little bit, so I may need to trim them down. I'm not sure yet. So that's going to be the outer of my bag. As you can see, I've put it on the washing line. I've gone and stretched that a little bit, so I may have to just trim that a bit off. Excuse me. I've just had a drink. It's here in the UK. It's quite hot at the moment, so I'm trying to keep hydrated. So that's that. And then I've got this fabric that I've had for a long, long time. This is just furnishing fabric called curtain fabric. It's not particularly nice. I like the colours, but it's not something that I would use as an outside piece. This is going to be my lining, and I thought, well, that will make a lovely lining because when you open it up, it's lovely and bright. So this is going to be my lining. Again, I've cut it the same size as my blanket, apart from at the top. I've left a couple of inches. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will measure it for you, just so you know what I'm working with. It's 20 inches wide, both this and the lining is. The blanket is, it's about 14.5 inches high, and the lining is about 17.5 inches high. The reason why, I've not done one of these bags before, but the reason why I've left the lining is, at the end, I'm kind of thinking, because this is quite bulky, and I've got to get my fabric around the hoop, I'm thinking kind of like that, so then you'll see the lining at the top, and kind of this will go all the way, and then it ruffles up like that. But I can't actually show you because it's hard to do without actually making the bag. So this will just be the bit that goes around the handle, and I thought that might be better. It might not be so bulky as to try and get this around the handle as well. So it's all trial and error, so we'll see how we go. But that's why I have cut those a little bit longer, just so that I can get the handle in there, and then you'll just see the little edge of the fabric. So that's that. Then I have, right, I've got, I just want to show you how many I've got. I don't know whether you can see it. I have shown you these before. These are old like tapestries. That's my back box that I keep them in, and I've gone and pulled out a few that I like. So I thought I would pop a couple of tapestries on, one each side. Bearing in mind there's my turquoise, so kind of that kind of goes, doesn't it? That's lovely. I don't think I've got any more that are landscape. They're all kind of portrait, which is a pity. So I just thought I would just grab that. I mean, look at that one, isn't that lovely? So, but then look at that. Oh, that goes so well, doesn't it? Then we've got some little birds there. That's on kind of like an Ada fabric rather than the tapestry. Oh, what's that one? That's a landscape one. Some more birds, so I could go birds, little cottage. Got that lovely orange one, which I quite like, but again, I don't know whether to just stick with tapestry rather than, I've got those as well, but they're more pinky, so I think I might just leave the pink alone. So I'll tell you what, let's eliminate those. I only want one on each side. I absolutely love that one. I mean, let's just put that on there. That looks lovely, doesn't it? I think I might have to do that on one side, and then I'm going to put other things on as well. So that's going on one side then. So I'm going to just keep it portrait. So we're going to have it portrait, and then so I could have a cottage. I mean, those look lovely, don't they, as well? Does it matter that it's not the same fabric? Maybe not. Let's take the cottage away. But then I love the swans as well. I think it might be, I think that's just too clashy, not clashy, but blendy, if you like. It's too blendy. So I think I'm going to go for swans because of the blue. So we've got blue and yellow. Yes, let's go. That was easy enough, wasn't it? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So the swan on one side and then the roses on the other. Oh, I love that. I really do. So I've been wanting to use these tapestries for a long while, and it's really hard to know what to do with them, to be honest. So I'm going to start with that one. Now I've also pulled out some fabrics here. I've got that one. I think I bought this not long ago. It's just modern fabric. I don't think I'm going to use it. It's too modern, so that's a no-no. Now I've got this fabric, which, I mean, look at that. Doesn't that? This is just beautiful, isn't it? I've got quite a bit of this. I've got some more as well in my stash somewhere. So I'm thinking some of that. I've got this here, which is just an offcut from, but that would be lovely as well. Some vintage embroideries. I've got this here. Now I love the corner pieces here with the brown and the yellow. That's going to be ideal, that is. So, I mean, I think the centres are probably not the right colours, but I love those little corner pieces. I don't think I've got many left actually, because I think I've taken some off already, but I do like that little corner piece there. So hopefully I've got a couple of those if I'm lucky. Yes, I've got a couple of those, so I'm just going to pop that there. I've also got some beautiful doilies here. Look at this one here. I think that one might have to go with the swans. I like that one with the swans. So kind of like that. And then what I can do here, I could always tuck it under. Or I could probably cook quite close up to it. Actually, I don't think it's going to come undone that much. I will probably cook close up to it maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see how we go. But this is from my lovely friend Christy. And this one is as well. And this has got, I've already cut into this. It's got some little doilies on, so they will be scattered around as well. And then I've got this as well. Now, this has come from my lovely friend Christine, and she has mentioned that she doesn't mind if I cut things up that she's given me. So I am thinking, as homage to my Australian friends, I may put on some native, look at that, isn't that beautiful? That's a Western Australia is found, so near Christie. And it's a donkey orchid. I don't know why it's called a donkey orchid, but isn't that lovely? The stitching is beautiful. I don't know whether it's machine stitched or, I don't think, I don't know actually. It may be I think it's machine stitched. I can't get my words out, but look at that, isn't that beautiful? A blue, that would look lovely. So anyway, that's Western Australia as well. They probably all are, that's WA. Yeah, I think they all are. Kangaroo paw. So anyway, that's that one. And then in between, I will save the linen as well and use the linen for something else because it's just such a beautiful colour. So that's what I've got for now. I may bring in other things, more fabrics maybe, and see how we go. But this is kind of like my mood board for now and what I'm going to do. So before I do anything, I'm going to be embroidering onto the panels. So I'm going to put everything else away because I can't construct my bag without, I've got to do my panels first, you know, my embroidery on my panels first. Otherwise I won't be able to do it. So this has got a lovely straight edge, so I'm going to use this as the top. The other one I might have to turn upside down. Like I said, I've when I was putting it on the washing line, it's gone and distorted it a little bit. So yeah. So I'm going to have that in the middle, and put my swans over there. So I don't want that because that's going to go with my swans, but I would like one of these. So all I'm going to do is just get the next one. Like I say, I have nibbled into this already. I've used quite a few of these. So I'm just going to try not to use that frill. Just cutting the white bit rather than the yellow bit, but then I will have to go into the yellow here. Let's go down there. Not sure how much I want, so I'm going to just take that off like that. And I may use a couple. It goes that way. I don't know what I'm doing with the edge yet. That will all come, hopefully. Now, I've used this quite a lot, this fabric, so I've got strips of it, which I may use or I may not. I don't think there's going to be enough on that. I'm just going to pop that one to one side and look at these bigger bits. I have got more, as I said. I think this one here has got quite, yeah, look at that. Just trying to find the right, I think that's the right way. Isn't that beautiful? Probably going to need more stuff, I think. Do I go to the edge like that? Do I have it off centre maybe? I'm just thinking, do I want to take that off? I'm going to do it like that actually, because then I've got both yellow roses, although some of it will get caught up into the hem and the seams. Okay. Let's just have a look. Let's just get these corner bits off later. Yeah, you can see I've used that one already. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's nice as well, isn't it? I like that on the border. Let's take that off. Just going to take more than I need for a moment. And be very careful not to cut through it. Just going to take a little bit more. Because this is linen doesn't tear very well, so I will just cut it. I'm just following this line roughly to try and keep straight. I'm going to go straight down actually. I'm just going to do that because then I can get rid of all this bulk. I think there might be another one on the, I'm just having a look, see if there's another one on the other side. It's not a long one, but there is another one of these, so I'm just going to pop this off. Like that. First of all, I'm going to take this off here. Isn't that lovely? So I can move that up a little bit. I can't quite get all of it in if it's going there, but I can get quite a lot in. Do you know what I'm going to do? I've got a few here that I don't like very much. I'm just going to see. Right. I don't like this one, and I'm going to use this. This is like that. I probably won't use it. So what I'm going to do is, although it's a different, I'm just going to see how it cuts and frays. I think that's just fraying a little bit. Once it's tied down, stitched down, or do I do that? I think that might be better. That's going to be better, isn't it? Right, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm snip, snippity, snip, 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 all the way around. Try not to catch the wool. Oh, there's somebody at the door. I think it's Abby, my daughter, my eldest daughter. Oh, there's a staple there. No wonder I can't get through that. A metal staple. Probably ruined my scissors now. These are only my paper scissors anyway. As I say, it's a hot day today. It's about 27, something like that here today. And I mentioned it to Christine and Christy earlier on when we were having a chat on you know, like message chat. And Christy says, oh yes, it's been on, they're both in Australia and I'm in the UK. And Christy said, oh yes, it's been on the news about Britain being in, the UK being in, having hot weather. And then Christine says, oh yes, I think I've seen some memes. So we're probably the laughing stock of the world, you know, because we can't cope with the heat, but we can't. We're not geared up for it at all. It's too hot. We're all saying it, everybody. When you see someone, you just go, oh, it's hot. So yes. But because we don't have very many hot days, we aren't equipped for it. We haven't got air conditioning or anything like that. So, you know, it's not worth it, because we have so few of them, although it's supposed to be 30 tomorrow, so it's going to be even hotter. So I decided to sew a woolen blanket. It's a bit mad. I don't know whether I'll be able to complete it all today and tomorrow. It might be a bit too hot, but we'll see how we go. So that's going to be tucked under. Yeah, that's much better. I'm happy with that. So that's going to go, I'm going to go off centre just a little bit because I like that there. I like that there. I am actually a bit sweating as well. I don't know, I might have to just kind of stop the video and go and have a drink and in between all this. I'm not going to moan anymore, so I've been moaning all the time about how it's too hot. So I'm just going to take some of these. Not sure if I'm going to use them or not. I feel as though I have some more yellowy browny embroideries that I would like to use. I just need to find them, so just get a start going anyway. Let's go right down there. Oh, now that, although that would be nice there, it's going to get covered up, sorry, if you can't see everything. Although it could go like, oh yeah, that's it. It could go like that, couldn't it? Or that away. I like it that way, I think. See how much, I might have to, just thinking that edge would look nice, and then that could go there. Things are going, I've just got to be careful that I have got I'm missing that. Yes, there we go. See, you just have to keep shuffling things around. That will be fine there, because I will put some stitches here just because it will be raw, and then I'll just trim that off. But I like that, like that. I like that there, like that there. Going to move it up a little bit because I don't want, I'm just kind of like conscious of an inch hem all the way around it. So that will be fine like that. Okay, then I think these are kind of like going afterwards. Do I want, I don't want all of that. Although I've got that there, haven't I? Maybe I don't want any more of them. Let's take them off. Right, let me just have a look at the Australian flowers. I love this one here. I think I'm going to use this one, the Donkey Orchid. So going to be my first one. Shut your eyes if you don't like me snipping into new fabrics. Well, it's not new, but you know what I mean. And this way I'll have this bag that'll be really useful and pretty. Could even do it that way, couldn't I? I think I'm going to trim. I may have to do a little bit more. I'm actually conscious that I am covering up all of the wool, and it seems a bit of a shame, doesn't it? Because that was the whole point of having this. So what I'm going to do is just adjust, and I'm just going to have a think. I don't like that edge there, so that's got to either be covered up or snipped. I think it's got to be snipped around actually. Maybe that should be a bit smaller. Right, I like that. I like that. I like this. I'm just not sure I need all of it. Maybe I just don't need the edge. Perhaps it's the edge that I don't need. I could go over even more. It doesn't have to be right on the edge. Where's the doily? All right. Okay, I'm going to start pinning that, and then I'm going to I won't be finishing this today. I'll be switching the camera off and taking a look at it. And if there's something I don't like, then I might change it. If you're not sure, then it's best to just have a pause, have a look at it. If I leave that like that, it's going to be right at the bottom now. So it does need to be. I can't go that way. I think I might have to chop some more of the flowers off. Maybe if I take that one off. Right, well, I like that there. It's only by doing this, and you can see what you need and what works, what doesn't work. I may need some more doilies. I'm not going to be too precise with it, just in case I need to take it off. When I come to sew it, then I will make sure all of these little bits around the edge are hidden. But for now, it can stay like that. So that's done, that's done. Little doily. I'm not sure, we'll pop it there for now. Okay, so that's that one side. Again, like I said, I'm not sure if that's the right layout yet, but we'll see how we go. And then we've got this one here. So let me just grab this doily here, which I absolutely love. Isn't it a vibrant yellow? So it's going as much in the middle as I can, but the edges will probably get caught up. And then again, I'm going to snip this and do the same on this one. So that's going to go there. This one will probably have more of the blanket showing through. See another, I like the blue one, didn't I? I think that blue one would look lovely. I can't even read what that says. Leo Camaltia. Leo Camaltia, maybe. Somebody else at the door now. It's busy today. It's a delivery. Maybe not. Look at that, doesn't that look lovely? Do I want some more roses? I don't think I do. I'm going to pop those on. I think there's something missing. I think I do need something else, but at this moment in time, I'm happy with that so far. I wonder if that's, I don't know whether that's upside down or not, but I will check that as well before I get it sewn down. Ouch. So I'm going to leave it there for now because I'm going to go and get a drink. It's hot. And I'm going to look at them for a bit and then I will be back once I've got the final layout, I think, and I've probably tacked them down or something like that. So I'll see you soon. Right, so I've now decided that this one here will be like that, and I have just tacked it on so you can see my long stitches on the back and I've got short stitches on the front. I have also, just can you see how I've rounded the corners? I may have to do a little bit more on that, but I think I might have to lose that flower if I'm honest. But I'm going to do that at a later date, as long as I just am aware that I might have to cut that. I won't sew into that too much. So that's the first one, and so my swans are going here, and I think I had that doily on, didn't I? So that's still kind of a possibility. But then what I did was I kind of thought, hang on a minute, what would that look like that? So I don't know. I think the swans, actually, because of the blue and the creamy colours of that, I think that's definitely that one. So that's that for now. And this one here, again, I've trimmed the corners just so that I'm aware that I've not got to sew up to the corners. Got my doily on there, which I showed you last time, and that's going to go there. And I like how this frill kind of goes around. Once this is on, it kind of frames that. And then what I'm going to do here is I had another little rummage in my bits and pieces. Well, first of all, I thought I've got this here, so I might use this, but it kind of blends in a little bit too much. It's the same kind of colour, and I thought I could edge some of that with that. If that doesn't work, I've also got this, which I dyed with turmeric. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more of a contrast, so I'm probably going to go with that and just frame a little bit of that around it as well. But that's at a later date as well. I've took all the suffer puffs off for now because I want to start stitching down. Oh, we also found this this piece of patchwork here, which I absolutely love. I think the colours really go well. The blue, the brown, the yellow, so I think it's ideal for that there. So I'm putting that there. I've put a little bit of I can't remember whether I had that on before or not, but one of the roses there. And then I found, when I was rummaging, I found this piece of patchwork here. It's just a really scrappy piece. I bought it like this. I bought a bag of scraps, and this was in, but I love the colours of it, the blue, the orange again, the brown. So I'm thinking down this side here, I know I'm going to lose some of it, but I think that would be perfect for that. Just give a pop of colour that side, and it kind of balances it all out. So I think that's going to go on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip that off there. I may not use that again, but I'm going to keep it for now just to see. I might use it for something, but I just like the shape of that, and the blues kind of go really well. So I'm loving that. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there. So I'm going to get on. I just wanted to pop on to show you what I've done as my base really. So I'm going to take that off, and then I'm going to start tacking these down. What I might need to do, because this, can you see how this is ruffled up a little bit? I might have to just pull that out a little bit just to lay it flat. I think that's what it needs. It kind of needs coming out a bit. So I'm going to have to pin that, I think, and just, otherwise I'm going to have some like ruffles and stuff that I probably don't want. I mean, I'm going to lose some of this on here as well, because that's going to be the seam, but it's just because it's such a big doily, I am going to lose little bits of it. So I'm just wondering where my pins are. My wandering pins. I'm just going to pull it out a tiny bit and pin it, and hopefully that will kind of get that. I think that's doing it, and then once I've stitched it down, it should be okay. I'm hoping it's going to be okay anyway. Yeah, it's lying much flatter now. Just this bit here. Like that. So I'm just going to go off and tack that down, and then I'll be back soon. Right, I've just pulled my camera up a little bit because I didn't realise that you were missing the top part of my bag. Not that there was much going on up there, but I have now gone and put the trim around the swans, which I really love. I've put some Suffolk puffs on. I can't remember whether I showed you that or not, but I thought that would kind of, where's the other one, kind of, you know, match that side. So I've put one of these doilies on. I think this was also from a gift from Christy as well. And I just wanted to say, this doily here, I think she dyed it with turmeric. So you know, if you've got like lots of white doilies, but you'd like another colour, yellow is one of the easiest ones to do, because all you need is some turmeric from your kitchen cupboard, a little bit of water, and just that's all you need to do really. Just wet the doily before you pop it into the turmeric mixture, but that's all you do, and just leave them for as long as you want. That one I didn't leave too long because you can see how light it is, but this one probably Christy did a little bit longer to make it a little bit deeper. So you have to experiment, and it's kind of hit and miss a little bit, but you get a lovely yellow colour. So that's if you've got a load of white doilies and you want to go yellow, then that's ideal. So, and I've put a few Suffolk puffs on in just the orange, picked out the orange, the blue, and that's like a yellowy one. I think I showed you everything else on that one. Oh, I've done a little bit of canvas stitch there as well, just to give that a little bit of texture. I'm not going to do anything with this one, I'm just going to leave this one as it is. So that's that one done. And then this one here is kind of partially done as well. I've done the roses, and I've also put, again, just to kind of match the other one, I've put the trim around this one as well, just like that one. I found another flower because I just thought it looked like it needed something more. I've just tacked that down, but I don't think I'm going to do much else to it. I may just secure the edges on that, on all of it. I'm going to do some panther stitch on this here, and I don't think I'm just going to go around the edges on this. I think I'm just going to leave that as it is. I'm quite happy with that. I do feel as though there is something, I need something here, and I'm thinking something white, maybe like a white doily. I think I may have, I'm just trying to, I did have another one just grab my pile of, it's what I had to tidy up. You know what happens when you have a tidy up, you lose everything. I thought it was in here. It could be anywhere. Oh, there it is. That is that one. So, or that one. I mean, that one, it has got a little bit of orange on it, so it would kind of match. But then I'm thinking that this one goes that way. I was thinking, could I put some flowers in the centre? I've just seen, I've got some blue flowers as well. I've just seen them when I was rummaging through there. I've got little blue flowers that I could kind of trim down. Thinking I could just pick the green out of that. I didn't want it. I won't do it now just because I might not even do that. And then I've also got a yellow flower here as well. So do I like that? Do I like that? I'm just going to stand back a little bit just to see. I think I like that one better, just because of the orange kind of. I could embroider words on there. What words could I embroider on there? Could do something on that. I've got another one of those, but I'm sure I've got another flower somewhere that I could use just to add something there. Right, I think I'm going to have to. Oh, I've got. Yeah, I could go there, and then I could. I've got a little row of 3 there. Let's take those. I'll probably take that off because it just looks like a black line out of context of the whole embroidery. Yeah. Right, I'm probably going to have a think about that. I'm not sure. Not sure. I'm still keep looking at that one. Do I just go for the simple option of a pre-made one? I think I do. I think I like that one better. I'm going to have that. After all that, you have to try these things out, don't you? Yeah, I do. I like that. So we're going to go for that. I could put more flowers down here. maybe too much, I don't know. Let's get that sewn down first. So I'm going to go and sew those, sew that, and then I think it's time to start on the lining. So where's my lining fabric? Where did I put it? It's there. I'm still not sure whether I should be using this. Should I be using an old tablecloth instead? I'm not going to get too out of that, but I think I might see if I've got an old tablecloth that I could cut up. It'd be nice, a pop of I don't know. Right, I'm going to have to think about that. Okay, so I'm going to just sew those on and I will be back. Right, things have moved on a little bit now. So I have now finished my front. I will show you that in a minute because I've turned them inside out. And what I've done is on this one here, I've just pinned it all the way around, made sure it was, I just had to trim the sides a little bit just to make sure that it was all even. And I've gone round and I've just done a back stitch all the way around. I have done this by hand. Everything that I'm making is by hand. So I did think, it did cross my mind, shall I get my machine out? But I haven't had it out for years, and I know that if I get it out, it's all dusty and I've got to, you know, I'll have to clean it and service it and oil it and everything before I start. So I didn't want to do that. So I just thought, oh, I'm going to sit and just do some back stitch. It was lovely and calming. I really enjoyed it. So I have back stitched all the way around. I've done it on the bag and I've done it on the lining as well. And on the lining, I've just left a little gap there so that I can turn it once it's all done, turn it inside out. I'm not sure whether I need that or not because I'm kind of leaving the top open to kind of do the wrap. Now, what I've done is I've decided that when I did this, I pinned it all first of all, and I had a look at it straight. And when I was like bunching up all of the fabric, there was so much fabric that I didn't think I'd be able to get it round the handle. So what I've done instead, and I've just, you can see it's not quite level, but it's levelish enough. I have cut some diagonals. So let me just show you what I've cut off. These are what I've cut off. So kind of like there, I've cut off, and I might even keep these. I'm going to keep that one, definitely. So I've got 4 of them. Yeah, I'll keep that one. And I've got that one there as well. Just cut the corners off because I'm going to have a slope. This will kind of be free, if you like. So I've got the handles and then it'll kind of go like that. So it'll open up, I think. I'm kind of, because I haven't got a pattern, I'm kind of winging it a little bit. But I'm kind of pinning everything first of all, seeing if it works, and it seems to be working, so hopefully that's okay. Now I think I need here the right sides together, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this the right way round like so, and this is going to go inside my bag, and then what I'm going to do is just go inside that and just kind of tuck it into the corners like that. Right in, so it's all nice and straight inside, and then I've kind of left a little bit of a bit of space there. I've kind of, what I've done is I've stopped at the same levels on each side, and then these need attaching together. Yeah, I'm finding it quite complicated, but at the same time, I'm just doing a fly. There's a little fly. Okay, or a bug. So that's, I think this is what I need to do next. And I need to, I can't remember what I need to do. I did pin it all first and I've gone and forgotten what I need to do. Do I need, I'm not sure why that's longer. Why have I left that longer? Can't remember. So let's just try this and see how we go. So that, going to stop there. I'm getting myself confused because I think I did it this way. Not that it makes that much difference, I don't think, but I'm just going to work on this side. Ouch. I think that's what I did. Usually when you make bags, you need some kind of interfacing to stiffen everything up, but because I've got the wool here, it's quite sturdy already, so I don't think we'll need any interfacing or anything like that. So I'm going to pin it and then I'm going to turn it the right way around just so that I can see where's the other one. I need to fold this there. Needs to go there. I'm leaving about, it's probably just over 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around. Right, okay, so that's like that. Then, right, I'm just going to pop some of these off my desk. So I've got a little bit more room. Oops, everything's falling away. So what you need to do is, I mean, I could probably use that opening to get everything out, but I just want to do it the right way around. So this is kind of like the right way around that you should be doing it, but it's quite bulky. I've probably not left the hole quite big enough, and I don't want to get stabbed with the pins. Ouch. But I have done this already, and it does go through. Obviously I will have to send it back through because I'm just making sure, checking that this is, I've pinned it correctly. Okay, so this is my outside. And then what will happen is, that will go inside. Let's just do that first. That's going to be the lining. There we go, like that. So there's the outside of that side. You see how, ouch. That's going to be quite a big, it's going to be a fairly big opening. It's going to be fine. So there's that side and that side. And obviously I've lost some of that, and I've lost a bit of that, and I lost on that side. I've lost a couple of flowers there, but I think it looks better to that shape. So if I just have a look, see, this is my pinning. I've done that, looks great. That looks great. And then what will happen is, when I've done that, so I've just been stabbed by a pin. It's itching me. Okay, so that will be like that then. Get one of the handles. It'll go something like that. It'll obviously just squish up a little bit. That will all get sewn under and everything like that. So that's how it'll be. And then, whoops, like that. So I'm quite happy with that. Just checking this again. On that side, again, this will just come out like that. Hold it neatly. Go like that and like that. So it'll kind of finish like that, but I will just need to tuck those over first of all. Sew those down, then that, and then the handle will go through. There'll be like ruching there because it won't, it'll go like that. So I'm really happy with how it looks so far. So I'm going to go ahead and just sew these seams down, again, just with a back stitch. So I'm going to do that off camera, so I'll see you in a moment. Right, so I've just come back on. I've just about finished stitching. I just thought I'd show you the last little bit of stitching so you can see what I'm doing. So all I'm doing here is I've gone from here down and then just like it's, I don't know, it might be an inch, it's less than an inch, more than half an inch or so. Just like a finger's width, I suppose, of seam. You can actually see where I've sewn. And I'm just going into this corner here. And just with a general back stitch, and this is just general sewing cotton, like machine cotton. I'm just trying to keep my fabric flat on. It's just getting a bit tricky now. I'm just going to take that pin out so it's all flat there. I'm just going to try and get into this corner. It's just the corners are a little bit fiddly, but just take your time and get it done. I'm pulling the stitches fairly sturdy as well, quite tight. But trying not to snap my cotton, my thread. Okay, I think that's fine. What I'm going to do is, if there is a little gap just here where it joins when I turn it inside out, I can just put a few stitches in there and just, I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, okay, I'm just going to finish that off there. Okay, so that's that bit done. So I think that's all okay. So I'm going to turn it back out the right way just to see if it all looks okay. When I did make this gap, the stitches here and here, I did do several stitches to kind of give it a little bit of strength. Make sure it didn't split any further. So let's just do that. Okay. Right, let's work on this one first. So it looks okay. I like the sides. There is quite a lot of bulk, which I probably will go in and just snip once I've finished everything before I sew up my the gap in the bottom of the bag. So I'm going to start on this. It goes like that, like that. Nip those in a little bit. Let's see how we go. I'm just going to do one at a time. In fact, I'm going to fold that one back, see if that's any better. Just trying to flatten my fabric out. Okay. What I may do is that, and I might sew that down now. So what I'm going to do is just going to pin it first of all. Okay, and then this I've got may have to just do a little bit of a jiggly. Oh, also I did stick with this fabric because I thought, because I've got the yellow going over, I thought no, I'm going to just stick with this fabric rather than look for a I was going to look for a an embroidered piece, weren't I? But I'm just pinning it first of all just to see how it looks. Always best to pin first and then stitch afterwards once you're happy with your placement on everything. Okay, that's kind of like what I want there. Tuck that one back under like that, and let's start on this one here. Plain, happy with the corners. Okay, just pin my fabric flat so I can see what I've got to work on. Just going to tuck under a little bit. I'm just going to see also if it's level with the other one. So I'm just doing by feel. Does it feel the same? Yes, it feels the same. What I will do is also, once I've got the bag handle on, just the back handle. It's a bit awkward. Ouch! There we go. Right, let's just see. Right, what I'm just going to do, I know you can't see this, I'm just going to take it away from the camera just so I can see it hanging up. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Okay, so now, once I've done that, I'm just actually going to take these ones out because I need to do this bit first. So I'm just going to undo the handles again. I know that my measurements are fine. So, ouch. Right, so I might just use a yellowy so that you can, it won't stand out as much as the yellow, sorry, the white. As I say, this is just, I've not used a pattern, so I can't, there's nothing, I'm not following anything, any guidelines how to do this, so I'm kind of winging it in a way, just seeing how it goes. But I think I'm doing okay. I could do a ladder stitch here or something like that to keep it invisible. I'm not bothered about my stitches, I like to see stitches. It's going to be folded over mostly, so you probably won't see that much, but and this is just like a whip stitch. Pin. Where is it? Goes that way. It feels lovely and tactile, this bag, because there's different elements on it. You've got different textures and everything. It's absolutely lovely to run your hands over. It's a nice bright sunny day now. We've got a dull day today. But it's not too hot. It's not too cold. I'm complaining. Okay, so I am across this other side. Let me just take that out and see if we've got any gaps here. Might have a couple of gaps, so just I'm just going over my stitch a few times and that should be enough to hold it. Okay. And then to put on the back handle. So I'm basically stitching along there. Okay. So again, I'm going to use yellow. You can use either, I suppose, white or yellow. I'm going to just hide my, in fact, I might start about here, just to give it a little bit more strength. Yeah, so I'm going to hide my knot in here somewhere, if I can get in. I'm starting here. Again, you can choose to hide your stitches if you'd prefer, if you were making one. I'm not bothered. I'm trying not to go all the way through, but I'm trying to get enough of the wool that it's going to be secure. So I've just got my finger at the back just to make sure that I'm not going all the way through. Hi, sweetie.
Oh.
My daughter Ruby. Washing machine's making a strange noise. I don't know what you can hear in the background. just going to take that pin out because I think it's done its job. And then just going to go up as far as I did on the other one. Which is about there, I think. So I'm going to do a few extra stitches just to give it some strength. And then bury my thread, just do that through the felt. Sorry, not felt, the wool. There we go. So that's one handle on. Oh, okay. I will do the other one off camera and then I'll come back to show you how I finish off the bottom, you know, the bit inside, and then I think it's about finished. I may actually, just while I'm thinking about it, I may just do, just to keep, because I don't want it going like that. So I might just do a back stitch all the way around the top. Oh, and then I'm going to clip inside as well. Yeah, so I'll be back once I've put the other handle on anyway. Right, I am back and it is all sewn down. So I have finished off the handles, and I have also just, where the hole was here, I've just gone over it in a with a whip stitch. I've popped it all in, and the lining doesn't seem to be coming out, so I'm going to leave it for now. But if when it's all hanging up, it looks okay. So I'm not going to. It's quite thick as well, so I don't know whether I'm going to have to get a needle through it and properly. But it seems to be okay. So I'm really happy with that. I love the. I just need to put a few stray ends on that side. And that side, and what I'll do is at the end I will pop it on, I'll hang it somewhere so you can see it actually hung up instead of just lying flat. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I love it. So I'm glad I did the sloping edges. I just think that looks a lot better than a square. Well, I couldn't get it all on the hoops anyway, so there was that as well. But yeah, so that's it. I will pop a few photos at the end, and that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching me create my bag, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.